Hey scholars, welcome to my podcast. I am your host, Ayla France, and this is Creative Thinking. If you guys are familiar with my blogs, you know that this is a different setting for me, but I kind of wanted to do something different today to reflect with you guys on my project and basically the general process of it and how it came about and what I've learned through it, I should say. Today's question is, how does your project use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? To give a little background, our project, we were instructed to film a opening sequence. My group and I decided to go with the horror genre, and for the horror genre, it has a lot of conventions, such as very gory visual effects, the eerie music, the creepy soundtracks, creaking doors, footsteps, whispers, masked figures, someone hiding their self-identity, like the villain, I guess you could say, in the story. So, reflecting back on my project, I would say the jump cuts really played a role and followed the true conventions of the horror genre, because it kind of adds suspense. Like, that's why we didn't use transitions much, because I feel like the jump cuts really just help us jump to the next scene and kind of add like that little suspense of like what's happening next. The in the beginning, the first person perspective and the close up of the actor texting her friends, which leads to her demise, basically, of her dying in the end. It's really crazy because it's like you don't know what's gonna happen. You know the genre of the movie based off of the sounding, the title card, but you don't know what's gonna happen next. The panning shot, the panning movement of moving around the room to kind of get the general view. The some close-ups of each actor's emotions on their face really plays another role of how the conventions that we used. I'd say reflecting back to the part in the film where the intruder comes in, but the person is masked. It's kind of like hiding their self-identity. I feel like that adds more suspense to the movie. It gets the audience on edge, like, oh my god, who is that? Why are they there? What's gonna happen next? The inserting the music in the background, which I will play for you shortly, really was, whew. I feel like it added a like a gory feeling, like an eerie, like unexpected moments. Loud noises, crazy, very crazy, but fun. Overall, I feel like we didn't add all conventions of the horror genre. For example, jump scares. I don't really think we didn't really incorporate many jump scares, because it's like I don't think we really needed it, honestly. And we didn't really have let's say like a final girl trope, if you could say, where like you have one individual survivor who survives the villain, because at this point we don't know who the villain is, which is why it's so suspenseful and why I feel like it really adds into the horror aspect. Yeah, that's about it. I'll play for you the sound in just a moment, and thank you so much for listening.